Back here at the Hershey Center, where we are set to go for Horace Hunter and Steve Franjic, and we take a look at the tail of the tape brought to you by BoxingExaminer.com.
Well, 10-year age difference, as you can see. Big height advantage for Steve Franjic. Weight advantage at 179 to 175 goes to Hunter, as does the reach advantage. So again, here's a case of the smaller guy having the longer reach. So pro debut as well for Steve Franjic, but a lot of amateur experience, former national champion and a member of Canada's national team.
All right, so we look forward to seeing how he will fare in his first professional fight. And to get closer to that, let's go up to Tom Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, Horace, the Mighty Hunter.
Horace Hunter, who took this fight on 72 hours notice. Now, this is not the first time this has happened in his career. In his first pro loss, he also took the fight on very, very short notice, but he said, I'm here and I'm going to give it my best shot, and he feels like under the right circumstances, he can pull off a victory. He got found out about this fight, sparred on Thursday, and ran for a couple of days. Maybe not exactly the way you want to get ready for a fight.
Not exactly, but you know what? If he's been in the gym training regularly, sometimes these opportunities present themselves, and you've got to take advantage of them.
Absolutely, especially when you're a fighter, only a couple of fights into your pro career, and you are trying to make your way forward. Even though he is a 33-year-old, he is not. He is still at the beginning of his pro career, as that 0-2 record would indicate, and he's taking on a pretty good challenge here tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner, Silent Steve Franjic.
Steve Franjic making a very slow entrance into this arena here at the Hershey Center. Enjoying the moment, and he'll never have this moment again. It's his first professional fight.
So you never get to walk on your first pro fight again.
He let it linger. He's had 140 amateur bouts. He had a 110-30 record. He was a two-time Canadian light heavyweight amateur champion. Decided this was the right time to turn pro. He is also an Orangeville resident, and he's going to school at Humber College. But, of course, he wants to be a world champion, and he's a young man who many people have high expectations of.
Yeah, you know what? I said in the opening that this guy, what I call a manufactured fighter, when he started out his amateur career, he would have been the least likely guy you would have selected to say, this guy's going to do something in boxing. He didn't have the look, he didn't have the style, he didn't have anything going for him. And he worked so hard to get it done, and here he is turning pro.
Hard work.
By United Boxing Promotions in association with Everlast, Wild Wing Restaurants, and Conjure Cognac. This bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the light heavyweight division, and when the bell rings, our referee in charge, the third man in the ring, will be Edgar Loaiza. Introducing to you first to my right, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he's wearing white trunks with black trim and weighed in at 179 pounds. Hailing from Toronto, Ontario, his record consists of no wins and 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Horace, the Mighty Hunter. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing orange trunks with blue and white and weighed in at 175 pounds. Coming to us from Orangeville, Ontario, tonight he is making his professional boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Silent Steve
Like to have a good fight, but a clean fight. Wish you luck to both of you. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands.
So Edgar Loaiza gives the instructions to these two men. That's Steve Franjic, the young man whose pro debut has been much anticipated. And Horace Hunter, the southpaw, who will give this young man the left-handed look, who, as we said, took this fight on very short notice. When you take a fight on short notice, Russ, sometimes you want to get in there and just throw caution to the wind and maybe make something happen. Do you think Horace Hunter will do that?
You know what? I think it depends on his style, on how he normally approaches a fight. He looks like to be a kind of, I haven't had the chance of seeing Hunter fight before, so difficult for me to say on how he's going to come out on that. But what you're seeing from Franjic is typical Steve Franjic. Hands held high, so even if the opponent does come out and decide he wants to unleash bomb after bomb, Franjic is ready for it.
Round one of a scheduled 4-rounder. Franjic, we mentioned, a 21-year-old with so much amateur experience. Big story in the Orangeville newspaper as they try to trumpet the fact that he is moving on to the pro ranks. And you see a little bit of that good defense that Russ mentioned. Nice right hand by Franjic, and Hunter getting caught against the ropes, not where he wants to be, and Franjic going to the body and the head.
Digging good shots to the body. He loves that left hook to the body as well. And of course, a lot of the punches that Franjic will throw now might not have the same effect as they would if he was fighting a right-hander, because he's in there with a southpaw. So the punches land differently. A lot of them end up on tail end power. So he has to really time it properly and land that good right hand, left hook combination. There's a good body shot again.
Right hook by Hunter, but he took a right hand for his trouble, and Franjic continues to pour forward. Hunter with a straight left to the body. So Horace Hunter is throwing punches in there, trying to respond. There's a left hand, but Franjic's defense has been very good.
I like the way you could see how important it is to be well schooled. And this is, again, I'll give credit to Brian for this, how important it is to be well schooled and have the hands up nice and high, pick off shots that you don't see instead of just going by the seat of your pants with your hands hanging around your breast area or your waistline. And Franjic is a traditional type, old school type fighter who has in a classic guard with the hands held high, and you gotta love that.
Tall, rangy fighter as well. A half a minute left to go in round number one. It's been a very good first round as a professional for Steve Franjic, and Horace Hunter doing his best here, but having a hard time dealing with the offense of Franjic. Right hand gets in by Franjic. Good hook.
Body shots.
Yes, that left hand downstairs, very effective for Franjic. Just seconds remaining here in round number one. And it was a good one for Franjic.
There's Everton McEwen giving instructions to Hunter. We'll take a look at Hunter here. Setting up that jab, and Franjic, for the whole round pretty much pressed the action with good straight right hands, and of course the body shot. There was that left hook. He just missed that left hook, but that was the shot he's been looking for throughout that whole first round.
We're headed into round number two of this 4-rounder. Steve Franjic in the blue and orange trunks, and Horace Hunter in the white. Hunter, the 33-year-old from Toronto. Franjic, 23-year-old from Orangeville, Ontario.
What I'd like to see Franjic doing, good shot downstairs, that left hook. He loves that shot. I told you he loved that left hook to the body. Threw it again. There was where I wanted wanted to see him do. Get his lead foot on the outside of the lead foot of Hunter and then be able to bring that right hand over the top.
Do you know what he does, too? A good left hook again by Franjic. A lot of people, when they fight southpaws, don't use the left hook. They think they just have to throw that
the right hand, yeah.
The left hook is what stabilizes them there so you can land a right hand.
That's right. And it also stops them from moving out to the outside and getting away.
And Franjic has done that and there it is, that double left hook, which is also...
Oh, their right hand landed hard.
Horace Hunter down here in round number 2.
And if we get a look at that, you'll see the way he had his foot to the outside of the lead foot of Hunter the whole time.
And
there was a big discussion here, and the referee waves it off.
Edgar Loaiza calls a halt to this in round number 2. Horace Hunter, who did his best to be competitive on only 3 days' notice, couldn't get the job done, and Steve Franjic, very, very effective in his pro debut.
I hope we'll get a look at that just to see if, I don't know if it, depending on the shot, but I was watching it and he's got that foot to the outside, and as soon as he did, he had Hunter lined up for both the left hook and the straight right hand, and that the left hook set it up, but the right hand hurt him.
That's the key to fighting a lefty, getting that proper positioning, and we'll take a look at it.
Let's see if we can get a look at this. There was the flurry of shots to the body. Now this is where he gets it to the outside. There was the hard right hand there, but he kept his foot to the outside, had him lined up, and then was able to finish it off with the, watch it again, boom, left hook, right hand, digs it to the body. Now watch him, he's still on the outside. There's the left hook. Watch him line that straight right hand up right down the middle. Perfect shot.
Got away with one as Hunter was down.
Yeah. There was the left hook, straight right hand. He had him lined up for that one.
Let's get the official announcement of this knockout from Tom Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute, 40 seconds of round number 2. Our referee in charge, Edgar Loaiza, stops the contest. Your winner by way of technical knockout and successful here tonight in his professional boxing debut, Silent Steve Franjic.
Steve Franjic wins his first professional fight and does it in dramatic fashion with a stoppage in round number 2. Horace Hunter disappointed and hoping that he can get a fight where maybe he can get a little preparation in time. Right now, though, with the winner, Steve Franjic, is Jason Abelson.
Steve, it's one thing to make a professional debut look so good. It's another thing to have a last-minute replacement come in who's an awkward southpaw. What was the secret to looking so good tonight?
We trained really hard. That's the main thing. I was ready for another opponent, but last minute I got switched, but I didn't let it bother me. Stayed focused, kept training. We tweaked a few things in training just for a southpaw, but it's all training.
What's the key for you? I mean, you seem to love to throw the left hook to the body, but your follow-up right hand is just as good. What's the punch that you really enjoy throwing the most in the ring?
It's weird because I'm right-handed, but I really like my left hook and left hook to the body. It seems to really work for me. I get a lot of power on it, so it seems to be my favorite punch.
How often do you want to keep fighting? Obviously, in Ontario, it's difficult to get the fights regular. Hopefully, with more promotions like this, you'll get that chance. But how often, what's your turnaround after a fight like this?
We trained really hard for a long time, so maybe take a few days off, but back to the gym. Like to stay busy, maybe 6 to 8 weeks again, be back somewhere. If it's in Ontario or around Canada or North America, anywhere, I'd love to fight anywhere.
Well, Steve, great job tonight. Congrats on your first pro win and a debut that was really sensational.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Just like to say thanks to all my coaching, sparring, the fans of Orangeville for coming out, all the sponsors, they're great, and everybody. Brian's Roofing, Titan Training, Tony Fennick, everybody.
Great job, Steve. Back to you guys.